Wow guys, cloning, expanding and adding into photos have never been so easy using Photoshop's AI features. In today's video, I'm going to show you a couple of tips on how to get the best results. Let's have a look. So when in Photoshop, you will see this little bar here. And the nice thing about it is you can actually pin it. Trust me, if you do not pin it, it's gonna frustrate you. Click on the three dots here and just go to pin bar to position and it will stay wherever you pin it. I like to put it back there. Expanding a canvas or a photo has never been so easy, but there's a few things that you need to be aware of. Firstly, I'm going to use the cropping tool. Now when using the cropping tool, at default it's on background here at the top. Make sure to put it to generative expand. Then take and drag wherever you want your canvas. Let's say it's there. Give it a bit more space on the right hand side of the photo for the composition and simply click enter and it will start generating the background. The nice thing about it also is it will give you 3 different options to choose from, and if you don't like it, you can ask it to generate it again. Let's see what the result is. What you see is that Photoshop has now created an extra layer on your photo. You can simply flatten it, but before we do, let's have a look at all the options. First option is great. Second option, I like that even better. Third option, no, I'm gonna go for the second option. Right click, flatten image, and then you have your image. I want to give you another example of expanding the background. However, I want to point out a problem that it sometimes gives. So again, we're going to use the cropping tool and we've got a generative expand chosen and I'm simply going to expand it and hopefully it will give me the problem that it sometimes gives. It gives you a community guideline error. I'll read the error out to you now if it does give it to me. And then I'm going to show you how to get around it or to fix that problem. So as you can see, it says generative image were removed. Please review the guidelines and try again. I'm not sure why it gives it to you. Let's see how we can get around this problem. Simply go to your crop tool again. And at the top by fill that we changed to generative expand, change it back to background default. Now from there, expand your canvas by just dragging and click enter. And then from there you go to the square or marquee tool and draw a block around your photo. Make sure to leave a bit of edges for Photoshop to use as the fill. And then at the bottom here, there's a thing that you can click, which is an invert selection. Click on that, it will invert the selection so that the white space is now selected. And then in that box of generative fill, you can click the expand background and click on enter and it will now give you 3 options to select from. Here's the result on this. I don't like the first result. Second result, however, looks way better. Let's have a look at the third one. Third one looks actually a bit more natural. Love it. And I'm just gonna go flatten image. If you want to, you can change a couple of things like removing that or some stuff on the wall, but we'll look at that in the next image. This photo I took on a fashion shoot a while ago in Cape Town, South Africa. I love the photo. I do want to remove a couple of things and add a few things, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it, so stick around for that. Before we continue, make sure to check out my presets down below in the description. Got a huge sale on there, so don't miss out on that. So let's have a look. I want to remove these people in the photo. So the first thing I'm going to do is select the lasso tool. I'm going to zoom in quite a bit. I'm going to like roughly select the dude. And I'm going to add generative fill at the bottom, say remove person. And let's hope Photoshop does a good job. If it doesn't, we're going to just prompt it again, maybe make a better selection. It is going to give us 3 options again, so that's great. Boom, first go guys, that person has disappeared. What a great job. There's another person here. I'm again going to like use the lasso tool, just remove him and say remove person. Guys, before we continue, I've got a huge favor to ask you. I would love for you to subscribe and like this video. It will help this channel immensely. And remember to click that notification bell for the next video so that you can be notified. Let's continue. This is the result. As you can see, Photoshop completely failed. It actually added a person and not removed it. So I'm just going to delete the layer and I'm going to flatten the previous one with that other person. And I'm going to again select that person. Maybe I should actually take a narrower type of selection. Let's do that and say remove person. If it doesn't remove the person, I'll show you another trick that I have up my sleeve to remove that dude in an easy manner. So again, Photoshop failed. It added another person. I am going to use this person, however, because it's all black and it's going to be easier to remove. So I'm going to flatten it. I'm going to create another layer. If you don't know how to create a layer, then press Control or Command J. And then I'm going to use the tool called Remove Tool in Photoshop. It's a new tool and it's quite awesome. I'm going to make it slightly smaller and I'm just going to brush here. And if we're lucky, it's removing, and there you go, it's gone. So from here on out, I want to remove quite a bit of text in the image. I'm going to show you slow motion, one or two things that is absolutely mind-blowing, and from there, we're going to make a time lapse of it so that I do not bore you in this video. Let's have a look at this text. I'm going to remove this text with this new remove tool, and watch how easy it is to remove text on a window. It is incredible. I can just like brush over it roughly and it disappears. Just one line there and it keeps everything in the background, which is quite amazing. And this little line, I don't know how it knows it, but it just like literally removes stuff and keep the stuff in the background. I'm going to zoom out and show you another example here at the left, because what I can do now is I can actually brush over the tree bark and it still doesn't remove the tree, it just removes the text, which is really mind-boggling. As you can see, I can just draw a line, go over the line, it doesn't really matter. It is so fast to remove. I want to show you an example here at the top where I can just roughly remove that logo. If it doesn't, I can do it just a second time. There we go. Insane. So last one I want to show you before we start the time lapse is just to remove over this pole. Look at that text disappearing, and Photoshop just knows what to do. So I'm done removing everything I wanted. I think it took me about 70 seconds, if that long. Yes, the before and the after, before and after. Incredible. So the next thing I want to show you guys, and I'm going to create another layer. I want to show you how to add stuff, and I'm going to use the lasso tool for that. So as you can see, there was a motorbike in front of my model going past with a slow shutter, which I loved, but I want to maybe add another one. We tried to get it in camera, but it was just too hard. The traffic wasn't fast enough. So I'm going to go select the area where I want to add the vehicle. And I'm just going to say add moving car. And let's hope for the best. So here's the results. I don't like the first one. The vehicle is frozen. Let's have a look at the second one. Second one is great. Let's have a look at the third. Third is yellow. Don't quite like the color. Perhaps we can change the color, but for the sake of the video, I'm not going to do that now. I am going to choose the second one. There is a bit here at the bottom that it added. I don't know what it looks like, clothes or something. I don't like it, but we'll remove it. And I'm just going to say flatten image. And now we're going to remove it with the tool again, the remove tool. And I'm just going to create one layer for it quick. And we're going to remove whatever that was that Photoshop added, and it looks great. So I want to show you the before and after of what we created. Here's the before and there's the after, and as you can see, there's a problem that was created here on the tires in the back. It's very easy to remove by just adding a mask, taking your brush tool and then making sure that your brush is black and not white, so you can press X to change it, and then to brush it back, brush those wheels back and everything that was changed in the background like that. I'm not going to do it now. That's a lesson for a different time. I want to show you one more photo. So I'm going to show you this one example, but stick around to the end of this example because I'm going to tell you how this can change your shooting style. I'm going to just select the poles again. And once I've done that, I'm gonna say remove poles. So this is the result, guys. The poles are gone. It took me about 15 seconds to remove. How would this change your shooting style? Well, when I took this photo, I loved the whole scene, the tones with the jersey, boots, trees, and rocks, but I knew I would be able to remove the poles using Photoshop's AI. Now that you know how to clone, expand, and add stuff in your photos, click on this video to see why pro photographers' photos are better than yours. Cheers.